In this video, I'm talking about where you can receive American Sign Language interpreting services no matter where you live. Coming up. Hi guys, Cliff Olson, Doctor of Audiology and founder of Applied Hearing Solutions in Anthem, Arizona. And on this channel, I cover a bunch of hearing-related information to help make you a better informed consumer. So if you're into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to click the bell to receive a notification every time I post a new video. The Americans with Disabilities Act requires Title II entities like local and state governments and Title III entities like businesses and nonprofits to be able to communicate effectively with individuals who have a communication disability. So if you are someone who requires American Sign Language to communicate effectively, then you have rights under the ADA that require these entities to provide you with ASL services, even if you live in a rural community that does not have access to in-person interpreters. One of the best ways to receive timely access to ASL interpreters is to use video remote interpreting, otherwise known as VRI. VRI uses video conferencing technology to access an off-site interpreter to provide real-time sign language or oral interpreting services for conversations between hearing people and people who are deaf or who have a hearing loss. In my clinic, I prefer to use a HIPAA-compliant VRI service called ACA Video Remote Interpreting, which I will have linked in the description of this video. Not only can they provide regular VRI services, but they can also provide medical VRI services which use interpreters that have an extensive medical vocabulary and have gone through specialized ASL training to ensure that they are more qualified to interpret in a number of medical settings. The session you are seeing here is me performing a hearing aid fitting with a patient who primarily uses ASL to communicate. The webcam with integrated microphone on top of my monitor lets the interpreter see my patient and hear me talking at the same time so they know what to sign to my patient. Meanwhile, my patient can clearly see the interpreter who is using ASL to communicate what I am saying. If a patient isn't able to verbally communicate with me, the interpreter can relay what the patient is signing back to me. Having a high-quality monitor and webcam and access to high-speed internet are very important when using video remote interpreting. And if the setup is done well, a remote video session like this one can be just as effective as having an in-person interpreter in the office. While video remote interpreting services don't require an in-person interpreter on site, it is always still a good idea to let the business know that you require these services ahead of time, and if they're unaware of how to provide these services to you, don't be shy of telling them about using video remote interpreting. They may have never actually been approached by anyone who needs these services before. Services like ACA Video Remote Interpreting make it possible for you to receive high-quality, convenient, and professional American Sign Language interpreting. That being said, there may still be individuals out there who still need an in-person interpreter to maximize their ability to communicate. So if you require American Sign Language to be able to communicate effectively, you now have access to American Sign Language interpreting services even if you live in the middle of nowhere. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you liked the video, please share it. And if you want to see other videos just like this one, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time.